Hello, how's everyone doing today? My name is Daniel. You better know me as Real Deal Wealth on this channel. Thank you for tuning in. I have a hot stock that I want to share with everyone that I feel like is going to be huge in the future. It's gaining some traction today, and we've seen this stock go up 20%. The stock that I'm talking about is Virgin Galactic Holdings. And why I feel like this stock has a lot of potential has to do with the way that they gain revenue. They gain revenue through commercial space flight, and this is going to be the first time that we've ever seen commercial space flight. As you can see on the day, it's been up and up and up because there's been good news. And what is this news that I'm talking about? Well, if we go over here to this article, Virgin Galactic space stocks soar as Tesla bull eyes new ETF. So Cathie Woods is the bull they're talking about, and what they're trying to tell us in this article pretty much is that Cathie Woods is starting a new ETF, which I talked about in yesterday's video. So if you don't know about ETFs, go check out that video. So this ETF is going to include the stock that we're talking about most likely. This is what we've seen from all the bulls. And some of the bears are trying to come out here and say that it doesn't have a chance. But Richard Branson is an amazing investor. He has a lot of faith in this company, and he's put a lot of money into it. So I follow the big money, and I know if Richard Branson is in it, then I'm going to be in it too. So this portfolio, as you can see, it's going to have 40 to 55 names. And I see them having a huge stake in Virgin Galactic Holdings, because there's another article that I want to show you, and it talks about how Virgin Galactic says each spaceport it launches from is $1 billion annual revenue opportunity. That's a lot of money. $1 billion is not something that any company can just get to out of nowhere, but they're talking about reaching this, and I believe that this company has the opportunity to have this much revenue, and it could be sooner than later, and you want to get into this stock before it's too late. It has an objective here to reach a multi-year effort that will lead to flights not once a month, once a week, but it wants to fly 400 times per year. So that's more than once a week. I mean 400 divided by 52, whatever that is. They want a daily launch tempo that's years away still for Virgin Galactics, but this could change. We could see big growth out of this company, and that's how space flight works. The ticket price is about $400,000 per flight, but anyone who's going to space is going to have that type of money, and for people who want to do that, that money is going to be there. And we never know if the government is going to jump in and give subsidies or what's going to happen. So you just have to kind of look to the future in these things and try to make a little bit of a prediction, because you can't just go off of everything you see. You have to use some of that ingenuity and say, hey, what's going to happen in the future? And sometimes you're right and sometimes you're wrong, but to be a bull, you have to make those kind of predictions, and trust me, it's going to pay off if you know the company. So let's get to know this company a little bit better. Their purpose: Virgin Galactic recognizes that the answers to many of its challenges that it faces in sustaining life on our beautiful planet is fragile and lie in making better use of space. So I don't know how much everyone is into space, but the Earth is only so big, and we're only going to have to use its resources for so long. So getting out into space, I feel like, is the future. And if you're into it, you're into it. But look, we're taking steps to going into this type of travel. So the start to this could be huge. So right here we see Richard Branson himself. He said, "We are at the vanguard of a new industry determined to pioneer 21st century spacecraft, which will open space to everybody and change the world for good." So we've had a lot of different innovations in not our lifetime, but a little bit previously, and some of our parents' and grandparents' lifetime, where we saw planes come around, where we saw cars come around. And think about it. Think about someone who's living in the 1800s thinking about a car or a plane. They probably thought these things would never exist. They couldn't even fathom what it is. And we're on the brink of having a commercial space flight that I think is closer than everyone is anticipating. These people, they're putting big money into this. what I read is that they're putting $60 million plus a year into this. And if you spend $250 million over a 3-4 year period to invest in making a company that's going to have $1 billion for each spaceport, that's a good investment. And you know, I'm willing to take that risk. I'm going to double down now because of the news that they are going to be in the ETF. I know it's not certain, but I feel very confident about that because this is an amazing company. Virgin Galactic, it operates the reusable spaceship to spaceflight. So another thing that I didn't mention in this is that they actually have reusable spaceflight systems, which is very new. If you know anything about NASA, a lot of their spaceships are one-time use, and they'd have to go back and collect those parts and use whatever they could. But this is like a plane. This is great, and I see this making so much money in the future. And if you get into this stock, you could be making some huge money down the line. Don't wait until it's too late, because by the time everyone knows about it, then it's too late. So let's look a little bit into this more. I saw this quote in here and it really was amazing, by Stephen Hawking. It says, "Taking more and more passengers out into space will enable them and us to look both outwards and back, but with a fresh perspective in both directions." So once this occurs, it's going to grow exponentially, and I feel like it's already growing exponentially. So we have to hop into this while we have a chance. The revenue's not up yet, but the potential is there, and we have to invest in potential, everyone. The vision. This is a big one. I'm going to go over this more. It's, you know, something that I think that we have to focus on because we are making a prediction. We're being very bullish and we want to make money out of it, but it's also very interesting at the same time. This is what they call a new space age, and they say that we are at the vanguard of a new industry, pioneering the next generation of reusable space vehicles, and they aim to transform the current cost, safety, and environmental impact of space launch. So they're making things that'll have a ripple effect that are going to help companies, maybe such as NASA or SpaceX, and sell some of their innovations to them, or get into other companies, have other investors. But imagine what this company is going to do when that revenue starts to kick in. I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. And I've been bullish on this for many months, and seeing this good news is great. But I think this thing in the future, let's say 5 years down the road, could be a $600, $700, $800 stock at least. So, you know, Stephen Hawking is big on space travel. He was an astronomer, he was a physicist, and he knew that we weren't going to be stuck on this earth forever, so we need to innovate. And that's the same thing with our profiles. EVs are great, you know, the technologies are great, but we have to look into space. This is the future, everyone, and that's how we invest. We have to look into what's going to be next, and this is what I think is next. So everyone, what I take away from this video is that this is a long-term investment. I do see this going up in the future because of everything that it's going to be a part of, but you make your own decision. Obviously, I'm not your financial advisor, but I'm going to be super bullish on this. I'm doubling down before they get into this ETF, and I'm very confident that they're going to take a position in this ETF. So do your own research. Thank you all for watching. I hope you got a little something out of this video, and that you're going to go out there and look at Virgin Galactic Holdings and make a position on it that will make you money in the future. This has been Daniel, aka Real Deal Wealth. Thank you all for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe for more.